Hi everybody, today is the 3rd of January of 2025 and as always we're gonna tell the pen story. This pen story has changed a lot of people's life. I shed light into why something happened to our life and how we can create or manifest our dream life in a very certain way. So are you ready? Let's get started. What is this? It's a pen. What do we use this pen for? To write. Now there's a dog inside the room. I'm gonna wait this in front of the dog. What does the dog do? The dog probably will sniff, lick, or chew this, right? Does the dog see this one as a pen? No. So for the dog, this one is not a pen, but for the human, this one is a pen. So who is correct, the dog or the human? The answer is both are correct. For the dog, this one is a chewing toy, while for the human, this one is a pen to write. The dog is correct in the dog world and the human is also correct in the human world. So that is our first lesson. Both are correct. Now let's imagine that there is a table in front of me. So I'm going to put this thing on the table and then both the dog and I will walk out the room. So inside the room there'll be no human, no dog. What does this thing become? It is still a pen or a chewing toy. Or it becomes almost nothing, and the ancient wisdom called this one as the emptiness. The emptiness is actually a very magical definition. As we understand the emptiness, we'll be able to achieve anything in our life. Just like Geshe Michael Roche applied the emptiness into his business and was able to build a business with revenue of $215 million a year. He's also able to help several refugees. So what is the emptiness? Why is that so magical? Let's go back to the pen story, okay? So this thing is currently on the table, and when there is no human, no dog, it is almost nothing. But as soon as I go back into the room and I look at this becomes a pen. When the dog comes back to the room and the dog look at this becomes a chewing toy. And when both the dog and I come back to the room at the very same time, and we both look at this at the very same time, what does this thing becomes? It becomes two things, a pen for me and a chewing toy for the dog. So a single thing, when there is no human, no dog, it comes back to itself and call it the emptiness. However, it also has the potential to become anything or anyone depending on who or what is looking at this. And that is our second lesson. Along with the emptiness, we all have limitless potential. Now, I see this as a pen. So does this pen coming from me or does this pen coming from the thing itself? This pen is actually coming from me. Why am I so certain? Because if this thing is a pen itself, then the dog or anything in this entire universe will have to see it for what it is, which is a pen. But does the dog see this one as a pen? No. So this pen is actually coming from me. This pen is actually coming from my mind, and everything is actually coming from our mind. So that is our third lesson. Everything is actually coming from our mind. Now we all agree that this pen is coming from my mind, right? So I'm going to change my mind and I'm going to start wishing that this one become a diamond, okay? So please pray with me. Diamond, diamond, diamond. Open my eyes. It's still a pen. So what in my mind that forced me to see this as a pen but not a diamond? We all see it inside our mind that the ancient wisdom call as karma. When we see something, the seed inside our mind pop up, open up and cover the things that made us see it for what had been planted only into our mind. So who planted the seed into our mind? Only you can plant the seed into your mind. Only I can plant the seed into my mind. How can we do it? By three ways: by our word, by our action, by our thought, especially when we try to help other people. So for instance, I'm going to hold on to this and I'm going to say that I have the pen. Would you like to have this pen? And when my friend say yes please, I'd be so happy to give this to my friend with the hope that I can help my friend. So when I give this to my friend, this palm will open up and both me and my friend will see it, and it's all living more in my mind. A couple days later, when I see this, I recognize this one as a pen, which means that the seed of the pen has already planted into my mind, and now it pop up, open up, and cover this thing and make me see it for what had been planted earlier into my mind, which is a pen. And this is how a pen become a pen, and anything surround us become what and who they are to us. In the page story, there are several meaningful lessons. Today we went over 4 different lessons. The first lesson is both correct, so we learn to respect each other's opinion, we learn to respect each other's choices, and we learn to listen to each other with a compassionate heart. The second lesson is, along with the emptiness, we all have limitless potential. So we learn to trust our potential and the potential of everyone or everything surround us and whatever happened to us. And with that, we also learn to, this morning my body I learned something like I listened to his pen story and I learned something from him as well. So when we touch our potential, then we learn to work harder, to perfect ourselves, no, not perfected, but more like to try to be a better version of ourselves each and every day. And if we are not this thing that we want to have today, then it's okay. Well, we can be that thing in the future, as long as we try our best to go to that goal each and every day. We believe on the potential of us, of what we can do. So that's the potential. But we also learn that everything changes. So we learn to cherish every moment that we are living right now, because not just not everything surrounds us, but ourselves also change. So this very moment is the most magical moment. And the third lesson is, everything is actually coming from the seed inside our mind. So we be 100% responsible to whatever happened to us, and we are not blaming anyone, because in the end we are the only one who can plant the seed into our mind using our word, our action, and our thoughts. And with that, lead us to the fourth lesson, is how to create or manifest our dream life in a very certain way. So we learn that first we have to know what we want in our life first, right? And then we start planting those seeds using our word, our action, our thoughts to work other people, especially when we try to help other people. So for instance, if you want to have happiness, you use your word, your action, your thought, planting the happiness seed, helping other people to get happier. And then if you want to have prosperity, then you use your word, your action, your thought, helping others to be richer, and that is how you plant in those seeds. So whatever that you want to do, making sure that you use your word, your action, your thoughts, helping other people to get the seed that you want to have, and that is how you sit and you're planting the seed into your mind. And whatever you seed, you're gonna seed what you wrote, right? So that's how things gonna be. So you plant what you're gonna harvest, whatever that you plant in. And with that, we end the lesson today with a very important lesson, is that our word, our action, our thoughts is what create and manifest our life right now. And I would like to and the lesson that I would like to share with you all today is that yesterday I'm not sure whether it's an argument or just a discussion in our work group regarding the way that we are working currently, and I think they both have they both made sense. Like we want to have the best we review everything very carefully, and it takes us a lot of time and effort to do it. But then we the operation team think that we also should prioritize what our work is, and then sometimes and we have to delegate. So when we already outsourcing that, we have to trust them do it in a very best way. And if there's a problem, then we will give them feedback how to improve it, rather than we taking over the job and reviewing it in the last minutes as well. And I think they both have point. And the way is that how we'll be able to incorporate that into having a best solution. And that is something in my mind that I'm still thinking about. And then the second part that I feel about the discussion yesterday is that I feel like I'm a not very convincing person. So if I have a point, I wouldn't be able to make it to other people for them to understand it. And I think that is not a very good point, a very good trait. And I should be able, I respect them, but I should also be able to defend my point as well. And I think that would be a better solution, better better not personality, but then better characteristics, something that I should learn in the future. So better skill, so some skill that I should learn so that I can be better in my workplace. I think that's also a potential that I was looking forward to do it. And last but not least, this morning I actually ran inside my building, in the bottom floor, and it's actually feeling wonderful. My heart rate is actually awesome, and I feel great as well. And I know that when I'm running, I feel really good because I know that it's good for me, and then it's also good. My family will not be worried about me, inhaling those toxins. um, yeah. So thank you so much for listening to me today. Thank you, Anu, for accompanying me in the 3000-day journey. And invite me share with you my pain story or the lesson that I learned from the pain story, how to incorporate that into my life is something good. I would like to dedicate that to my dearest family, to my friends, to my co-workers, to my clients, or to any living things in this world and any other world with love, wisdom, and gratitude. Thank you so much for listening. Have a beautiful day. Bye bye.